A spoon scrapes against glass. Slow, deliberate, golden liquid coils downward in the morning light. A 2023 global market report valued the honey industry at over $9 billion. Yet less than 3% of that honey on supermarket shelves still contains compounds that made it medicine for 5,000 years. Right now, more than 30 clinical and laboratory studies are quietly documenting what happens inside the human body when raw honey is consumed daily, effects on metabolism, inflammation, even tumor cell behavior. But here's the catch. Most people buying honey aren't getting any of it. So what's the difference between the honey sitting in your pantry right now and the honey researchers are studying? Georgia, 2003. A research team is examining 2,700-year-old burial sites when they uncover something impossible: sealed clay vessels containing a golden substance that hasn't crystallized, hasn't spoiled, hasn't changed in nearly 3 millennia. Honey doesn't expire, not in a year, not in a decade, not in 3,000 years, because of its chemistry, not magic. But the story researchers became obsessed with wasn't ancient Egypt or Georgia. Hospital in New Zealand, where a nurse named Helen began noticing something strange. Wounds treated with a specific type of honey were healing faster than wounds treated with antibiotics. She wasn't a botanist. She was just curious. And that curiosity helped launch one of the most studied natural substances in modern medicine. You've seen this in almost every kitchen, that golden jar, often pushed to the back of the pantry. For over 5,000 years, raw honey has been used in Egyptian, Greek, and Ayurvedic medicine, not as a sweetener, but as a wound treatment, digestive aid, and preservative. In 2021, a clinical review published in Nutrients found that raw honey consumption was linked to improvements in fasting blood glucose and modest reductions in body weight over 8 to 10 weeks when it replaced refined sugar in the diet. The practical use is simple: 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered honey in warm, not boiling, water taken in the morning, ideally on an empty stomach. Here's the surprise. Heating honey above 104 Fahrenheit 40 degrees Celsius destroys the very enzymes and antioxidants responsible for its benefits. Most store-bought honey has already been heated far beyond that during processing. For someone managing weight or blood sugar quietly, for years, with no real answers, this single swap, done correctly, is one of the few things backed by both ancient use and modern data. You've definitely seen this, that reddish-brown bark, usually sitting beside the honey in most kitchens. Cinnamon has been documented in Chinese medicine for over 2,000 years. Originally prized as one of the most valuable trade goods in the ancient world. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism found that cinnamon extract improved insulin sensitivity in participants with metabolic syndrome over a 12-week period. The practical use: a 1/4 teaspoon of true Ceylon cinnamon, not the common Cassia variety, stirred into warm water with honey. The surprise fact? Most cinnamon sold in North American grocery stores is Cassia cinnamon, which contains higher levels of coumarin, a compound that can stress the liver in large amounts. You've seen this, that bright yellow-orange root, or the powder that stains everything it touches. Turmeric has been used in traditional medicine across South Asia and the Philippines for over 4,000 years, valued for its anti-inflammatory properties long before inflammation was even a medical term. A landmark 2017 meta-analysis in Foods Journal examined curcumin, turmeric's active compound, and its effects on inflammatory markers, finding measurable reductions in CRP levels across multiple trials. The practical use: 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric combined with a pinch of black pepper. Black pepper increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. The surprise fact: without black pepper, your body absorbs almost none of turmeric's active compound. Most of it simply passes through unused. For an elderly person dealing with joint stiffness every morning, something this small, pepper and turmeric, represents a level of relief. Doesn't come with a prescription label. But here's where everything changes. Remember that nurse in New Zealand? The wound healing breakthrough wasn't from regular honey at all. It came from a specific variety, Manuka honey, made from bees pollinating the Manuka bush, native to New Zealand and parts of Australia. Manuka honey contains a compound called methyl glyoxal, MgO, and in lab studies published in Frontiers in Microbiology, MGO demonstrated the ability to inhibit the growth of certain cancer cell lines in vitro, something standard honey does not replicate at the same strength. That mistake we mentioned at the very start. It's not just about heat, it's about which honey. The honey in most pantries isn't just processed, it's the wrong type entirely for these specific effects. Manuka honey's MGO content is measured in a rating called UMF, unique Manuka factor. Studies suggest a UMF of 10 or higher is needed for measurable antibacterial activity. In wound care studies, medical-grade Manuka honey performed comparably to certain topical antibiotic ointments for surface bacterial inhibition, without contributing to antibiotic resistance. And turmeric's curcumin, in several trials, showed anti-inflammatory effects comparable to low-dose ibuprofen, without same gastrointestinal side effects reported in long-term NSAID use. 3 plants, 1 pantry, decades of research most people never see. But there's a 4th plant, one most people have growing in their backyard right now, that early research suggests may amplify everything you just learned, and we haven't said its name yet. It's tied to a 2022 study most people have never heard of. And it connects directly to the next video in this series. If you want to know what it is before everyone else does, this channel is where that story continues. Here's what you can do tomorrow morning. Warm, not boiled, water, 1 tablespoon of raw honey, a 1/4 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, and a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric with a pinch of black pepper. If you're using Manuka honey for its specific compounds, look for a UMF rating of 10+, and always check with your doctor first, especially if you're on blood thinners, diabetes medication, or have any chronic condition. This isn't a replacement for medical care, but it can be a meaningful addition to it. So, what's the difference between the honey in your pantry and the honey changing how we understand healing? It's not magic, it's not myth, it's the type, the temperature, and the truth most labels never tell you, and now you know it.